Welcome to the ProScoreboard tutorial series. In this first video, we're getting you up and running with ProScoreboard. We'll walk through how to get your Mac ready, launch the app, set up your first configuration, and explore the main interface so you're ready to hit the ground running. Before we install anything, let's make sure your Mac is set up to handle a second screen, since ProScoreboard is designed to run with your controller on one screen and your scoreboard display on another. Click the Apple icon in the upper left corner of your screen and select System Settings. Then select Displays. Select the display settings for that second screen, flip the switch next to Show All Resolutions, and you'll see a full list of resolutions supported by your hardware. Pick the correct one for your scoreboard. Once your resolution is set, quit System Settings and reopen it. Go to Desktop and Dock, find the Mission Control section, and toggle off Displays Have Separate Spaces. This keeps the Mac menu bar from showing up on your scoreboard screen. You'll need to restart your computer for this to take effect. A couple of other quick recommendations. Turn off your screensaver and set your second screen's desktop background to a solid color rather than a photo. It's a small thing, but it keeps stray desktop clutter off of your scoreboard if something ever gets bumped. With that out of the way, let's get ProScoreboard downloaded on your computer. Head over to renewedvision.com/ProScoreboard. Click the download button, then choose macOS. Fill out a quick form so we know who's using the software, then click the macOS button again to start your download. We recommend moving the application to the Applications folder, but you can double-click the Scoreboard app at any time to launch it. Once installed, you'll need to register the software. When ProScoreboard opens for the first time, you'll see the registration window. If you've already purchased the software, go ahead and enter your registration name and unlock code. If you're just trying it out, click Try It to launch the trial version. The only limitation is a watermark on your output. Now that you're registered, let's get your scoreboard set up. It's a good idea to name it based on the sport. So for this example, we'll call it Football 2025. Choose where to save the file. Desktop or Documents works great. Then hit Create. Next, you'll pick the sport you're working with. ProScoreboard supports a range of options. And for this tutorial, we'll choose Football. Click Football and your interface will open, already customized for the sport you selected. So let's take a quick tour of the scoreboard interface. At the top, you'll see a toolbar with the key controls. Going from left to right, we have the Clear All button, which clears everything from the scoreboard output. The layer-specific clear buttons, which allow you to clear just the scoreboard, graphics, ads, or overlays respectively. The graphics button, that opens or closes the graphics bin. The overlay button opens or closes the overlay window where you can trigger or edit overlay elements that can display on top of your scoreboard. The players button, which opens the player data window. The ads button, which activates the ad layer if it's configured. The output button, which turns your graphics output on or off. Just a heads up, this only affects HDMI or direct connections. STI, NDI, and Blackmagic outputs stay live. And finally, the volume button, where you can control the audio output from ProScoreboard. We'll cover how to customize which buttons show up here and in what order in another video. Moving down to the left, you've got the preview window, showing exactly what's going out to your scoreboard. Right below that is your program bin. This is where you can load media into specific zones of your scoreboard. Moving to the center, you see all the main scoreboard controls. Click the Edit icon on the upper left to open the scoreboard editor. From here, you can adjust settings, configure output zones, create macros, and set up ads. We'll dive deeper into all of that in future videos. When you're done, click the Edit icon again to go back to the main scoreboard view. Here, you can double-click team names to edit them, use buttons to add or subtract points, track timeouts, downs, distance, and ball position, manage the game clocks at the bottom, which is fully customizable in the settings, choose which scoreboard template you're using, and click the New Game button to clear all the data and start a new game. At the bottom, you'll find the graphics bit. If you don't see it, click the graphics button in the toolbar to show it. Here you can create and organize media playlists, assign playlists to specific scoreboard zones, and resize thumbnail sliders on the far right. And that's your crash course in getting started with ProScoreboard. You've launched the software, set up your first configuration, and taken a tour of the interface. In the next video, we'll show you how to further customize your scoreboard. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.